All right. Well, I am super excited to share with you our next book from a brand new international bestseller. I just got the update. Hello, I'm giving you a hug. Congratulations, Kristen Zavo. She was our #1 book first thing today out of the gates. Top 1,000 in all of Amazon. Last time I checked, you were at like 800. It's crazy. We want to get her to #1 in Amazon. If you are inspired by Kristen Zavo in this interview, you will download this book and help us get her to #1 in all of Amazon. Kristen, your book, Job Joy, Your Guide to Success, Happiness, and Meaning in Your Career. Can you tell us about your book?
Well, the title says it all, but if you are someone who perhaps is successful by all outside measures, you have a great job, a great title, you make good money, but still you find you're unhappy and unfulfilled at the end of the day, this book was written for you.
So here is the thing that I see very often is people have ideas for the book, for their own books, and they think that it has to be some crazy new idea. In fact, somebody up here was asking, Nick from Toronto, says, does my book need to be radically different from the other books already out there in my field? There are lots of career happiness books, lots of weight loss books, lots of relationship books. If your book is the only book on a topic, it almost certainly won't sell, just for the record. So what do you think is different or unique or especially yours about Job Joy?
Well, you're right. There are a million job books, but this is not just a job book. It's not Job Search 101. But I bring my own background. I've been through this multiple times. I've helped friends and colleagues and clients through this. And I also take my marketing background and we work with that with your own personal branding. So it's not just how to write a resume. It's how do you present yourself to the world so that you are the person, the perfect person for the job that you want.
I love that. And what I want to say about you is that, like, you have done this. There might be people who do an academic study of job happiness. You probably have not done academic studies. There might be people who do medical studies of how are people's heart health's different if they love their job. But like this was actually you in the trenches. You went on your own journey for Job Joy. Can you tell us a little about that journey?
I've gone on it multiple times, so I've learned a little bit along the way. But, you know, throughout the journey, I think one of the biggest things I realized was that when I was unhappy, I would think I needed another job or a promotion or a new project. And really what I needed to do was get real with myself about what success meant to me. Not what, you know, my parents thought or society thought or what was acceptable to my friends, or maybe not even what I went to school for, but what would actually make me happy, and then building a plan to get there rather than just taking action for action's sake.
Totally. So Don, who's in the Hudson Valley up in New York, says he doesn't have anything that he currently sells. How do I develop a program from nothing, and is that even possible? You've kind of been on a similar journey to Don. What would you say to the question, is it possible to develop a program from nothing?
It's always possible. If you want it bad enough, it's definitely possible. Nothing, you should never give up. As far as how to overcome the feeling of inadequacy, I think it's a matter of mindset. So a lot of, you know, looking at what your friends are telling you, you know, they always come to you for advice for. There are probably things that you're naturally good at that are special to you versus other people.
And you kind of said this had happened for you, right? Lots of people ended up coming to you for career advice.
Yeah, even at work, people on my team, we would have conversations and they would say, thank you for talking me off the ledge, you know, thanks for my therapy session. And then we would go back to work.
So the way you tell your story to yourself, I think, is what so often determines success. And I've had people like Don to come in and say, like, oh, how can I develop a program? I'm not good at anything. And then you could have said that. You could have been like, oh, it took me so long to find my thing. I wasn't born knowing I wanted to be a doctor and then became a doctor at 14 and, you know, cured cancer. The way that you looked at your story and were able to say, hey, this is actually my thing. What was that process like for you? And did you come to the author incubator already having done that work, or did that work evolve together?
I've been doing that work for years, so it wasn't an overnight thing, but really believing that wherever we are now, our past has gotten us to that point. Everything happened for a reason, and now you are perfectly where you're supposed to be, and I really believe that. So even if you've changed careers multiple times, even if you've been in the same one, you're not sure what to do next, you think you can't do anything else, all your experience is making you uniquely qualified for whatever it is that you want to do.
I love that. Shirley from New Zealand said, how did you realize you had something to say that the world wanted to know? Let's wrap up your conversation with this question from Shirley. What would you say to her?
First of all, hi, Shirley. She was one of my launch team members.
Oh, I love that I picked a question from her. Yes. Hello. And it's probably the middle of the night. Good morning.
Yes, it's very early. I think it's 6 a.m. for her, so she's listening from bed. So to answer that question, I think, again, what are people coming to you for advice for? What do people naturally compliment you on? As I change careers, my friends and colleagues would always ask me, what do I do? Can you help me? Can you look at my LinkedIn profile? And before I knew it, I was giving advice, and, it would be on mindset, on tactical, and then it just made sense.
And I would say listen to those signs. I'm a big fan of feathers. They help me know when I see a feather, I know I'm on track. But whatever the signs and the feelings are from you when you're doing something that just comes naturally and is super easy for you, if it's hard for you, if it feels like you're pushing a boulder uphill, that is probably not your thing.
Exactly. And if that's your career right now, you really need to read my book.
All right, let's show them your book. It's a beautiful cover. Here it is, Job Joy by Kristen Zavo, your guide to success, happiness, and meaning in your career. The link is right now on the screen, so go ahead and grab it and download this book. Kristen, congratulations.
Thank you so much.